Hello, listeners. Today is February 14th, and this is A Garden a Day with Maidenbrock Gardens. Thank you for listening. We are slightly more than a month away from opening day for today's garden, but I thought on this Valentine's Day, this day of giving flowers, this time of winter when things are starting to look like maybe, just maybe, winter really will end, when hope really does spring eternal, thought we should explore someplace vibrant, someplace joyous, someplace magical. Today we are exploring the most beautiful spring garden in the world. Today we are at Keukenof Gardens in Lisse, the Netherlands. Keukenof, also known as the Garden of Europe, is most known for its astounding tulip displays. Every year, more than 7 million tulip bulbs of 800 different varieties are planted by hand in the autumn for the promise of spectacular blooms in the spring. Originally, the gardens were part of Teylingen Castle. The name Keukenof means kitchen garden, and this was the kitchen garden for the castle. In 1949, a group of leading bulb growers and exporters had the idea to use the garden to showcase spring flowering bulbs. They opened the garden we still enjoy today in 1950. Each year, 100 flower bulb growers exhibit in the garden. Keukenof Garden spans almost 80 acres with 10 miles of hiking trails. In years past, the bulbs were planted according to an overall theme. This year, though, it seems there won't be a theme, or if so, they're keeping it quiet for now. Tulips aren't the only flowers growing in this garden. Crocuses, daffodils, hyacinths, and early tulips bloom at the beginning of the season, making way for larger showstopper tulips later in the season. In addition to the many bulbs in bloom, the garden includes about 2,500 trees, including 100 varieties of cherry, which usually bloom alongside the bulbs. There are several flower shows throughout the season, from a hyacinth and tulip show in March, a rose show in April, to a carnation show in May. There are currently 9 flower shows on the calendar for this season. Children will enjoy a visit with the Easter Bunny on April 20th and 21st. Miffy, the cute little bunny girl from the children's books, will be there to greet children on April 16th, and Fien and Tun from the children's television show will visit the garden from April 28th to May 2nd. Even without the special visitors, children will enjoy Keukenof. The garden offers a children's playground, maze, a treasure hunt, and a petting zoo. Adults might prefer the rousing sounds of mop bands to kick off the season. Everybody loves a good brass band. Later in March, the garden hosts Holland Heritage Days, where visitors will encounter staff in traditional dress, see craftspeople demonstrating the old world skills, and hear authentic traditional Dutch music. To end the season, the garden will host Romance at Keukenof on closing weekend. Visitors will be enchanted by classical music among the flowers and greeted by special guests in 18th and 19th century costume. Children and grown-ups alike will enjoy the Flower Parade on April 12th. Think Rose Bowl Parade, but way more spectacular. This is a busy day for the garden, so you might want to arrive early in the morning or choose another day if you prefer to stay away from crowds. There is also a whisper boat tour that leaves from the garden and travels through the blooming flower fields of the region. The tours last about 45 minutes and provide a relaxing way to enjoy the colorful blooms. If boats aren't on your agenda, you can book a sightseeing tour or rent a bicycle to ride along the many flowering fields surrounding the garden in Lisse. Keukenof Gardens open on March 20th, the first day of spring, and close on Mother's Day on May 11th. The garden is open each day from 8 to 7, including Sundays and holidays. You can pack your own lunch and picnic among the tulips, in appropriately designated spots, of course, or leave your basket at home, because there are several restaurants and mobile food vendors throughout the park. You are allowed to bring your dog, on a leash of course, but it's good to remember with such a short season and so many spectacular blooms, expect crowds. Guided tours are available for groups up to 25 people, and if you see any bulbs you like, you are able to purchase them. The garden will ship bulbs just about anywhere in the world. You really must see this garden to believe it. I've included many links in the notes with gorgeous photos, and I invite you to check them out. Well, that's about it for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's garden. Thank you so much for listening. Join me tomorrow to find out where we're going next. I release a new episode every single day. As a reminder, you can learn more about the gardens featured on A Garden a Day by clicking on the links in the notes or by visiting our website, agardenaday.com. And if you like A Garden a Day, and I hope you do, please consider liking, subscribing, and telling your friends. If you're able, please also consider giving us a 5-star review. It lets me know you like the show, and it also helps others find the podcast. I really do appreciate your support. If all goes well, I will be right back here tomorrow. See you then.